Now let's go through the verse. There's really nothing new to learn here, but let's just talk about the arrangement. For the first verse, we're just going to lay out for the first half, or the first 8 bars of the verse. It's just vocals and the bass and the drums. Then when the guitar comes in, we're going to play that octave shape 4 times. This idea, once again, just to refresh your memory. We'll do that 4 times. After doing it 4 times, we'll play the first 2 notes of the octave shape, which is D sharp to D, and then we'll be into the chorus. So let's take it from the second half of the verse. We can assume that we've already just played nothing for 8 bars, and then the octave shape comes in. So here we go. Here's the second half of the first verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Now we're going to learn the first chorus. The first chorus is 8 bars long. I'm going to start off with a bar chord D, played on the 5th fret of the A string, and then bar on the 7th fret of the D, G, and the B strings. We'll play this for 1 bar, and then play B flat for 1 bar. Followed by a bar of C, a bar of G, back to D to B flat. Then I'm going to play an F bar chord with the root on the 8th fret of the A string. Play this for 1 bar. Then I'll strum this for half of a bar and move back a half step to E, and we'll finish off the chorus with an E chord. And then we go back into that pre-verse riff, that single note riff. So let's play the first chorus together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're up to the second verse. The second verse is identical to the first verse, but whereas during the first verse we played nothing for the first half of that verse, here we're just going to help keep the groove with some scratches. During the first measure, we're going to scratch on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. In the second measure, we're going to scratch on beat number 2, and then on 4 and. So we'll do 8th notes there. So the second measure would sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. So that's a 2-bar phrase that sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. We're going to do that 2-bar phrase 3 times. The next 2 bars sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're actually picking it up from the 7th bar of the verse. We'll scratch on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we do the same scratching rhythm that we played for the intro of the song. Ba ba da ba ba. And that starts on beat number 1. So here's the entire first half of the second verse. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and. And then we're into the octave pattern. And this octave shape is identical as to what we played during the first verse. So just to refresh your memory. 1, 2. So let's put all that together and play the second verse together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's take a look at the second chorus. The second chorus is twice as long as the first chorus, so the second chorus is 16 bars, and the phrasing is slightly different as well. Here we're going to have a little octave shape that we can play. But let's start off by talking about just the basic chord progression. We'll play one bar for each chord with the exception of the final two bars. So unless I say otherwise, we'll have one bar for each of these chords, starting with D, B flat, C to G, D, B flat, G to C. D, B flat, C, G. D, B flat. And the final two bars we'll play F. So here are the basic chords for the second chorus. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the main rhythmic part for the second chorus. That's what the second guitar player is playing. Slash comes in during bar number 10 with a little octave pattern. So where the rhythm guitar is playing a B flat chord, Slash now will break off a little bit, and we'll start off with an octave shape on F, 8th fret A string, 10th fret on the G string. That's during bar number 10. Next bar, we're going to move this up a whole step, so we're playing an octave on G, 10th fret on the A string, 12th fret on the G string. And at this point, the rhythm guitar is playing a C chord. Followed by a bar of an octave shape on D, 5th fret A string, 7th fret G string. The rhythm guitar is playing a G chord at this point. We'll stay here for one more bar, move up to F, 8th fret of the A string, 10th fret of the G string, and then we'll stay here for the final two bars as well. So now I'll play Slash's part during the second chorus. We'll break off with those octaves starting during the 10th bar. 1, 2, 3, 4.